This section will deal with how to answer percentages questions. In level 1, you're likely to get a fairly straightforward question, such as example number 1. You're asked to work out what percentage will be administered after 3 hours. And what you must note is that when you're working out a percentage, you should be dealing with like for like. In other words, that 3 hours, you need to think of what is 3 hours out of. Well, obviously, it's got to be another hours figure, so therefore it's out of 6. And the rule when you're answering percentages questions, if you're asked to work out a percentage, is you write down what you're working out the percentage of, divided by what the total is, what that's out of, and then that's multiplied by 100 over 1, because percentages are always measured out of 100. Therefore, if you're writing this down in full, 3 times 100 is 300, 6 times 1 is 6, and when you work this out, 6 into 300, 6 into 3 doesn't go, 6 into 30 goes 5 times, 6 into 0 doesn't go. So therefore your answer will be 50%. Now, I would expect you to be able to do this in your head, to know that 3 out of 6 is the same as a half, so therefore you're working at half of 100, and you can go straight to the answer, which is 50%. However, your examples are going to get harder, so I'm going to introduce to you now other questions related to percentages which are slightly trickier, more demanding, but also what you can expect over the next couple of years. So, the first question is where you're asked to work out a specific percentage, and it's asking you what percentage will be administered after 3 hours. So, what are you working out the percentage of? You're working out the percentage of 3 hours. That is divided by the total. What's that 3 hours out of? Well, it's 5 hours. And then that's multiplied by 100 over 1. Now, with time, you'll be able to do this in your head and work out that 3/5 is 0.6, and then times 0.6 by 100, it'll go straight to the answer of 60. But if you're not at that stage yet, just multiply across. So you get 300 divided by 5, and if you work that out, you will get 60 as your answer. So the answer is 60%. Okay, the second type of question you may get asked is where you're given a percentage, and then you're asked to calculate and work out what value that represents. So, if you look at the next question above, you're asked to work out what 30% represents out of 1500 mils. So, in answering this question, all we need to do is to write down what 30% means. It means 30 out of 100, because percentages are always out of 100. It's 30 out of 100, and then we just multiply that by what we're working out 30% of. So in this question, we're working out 30% of 1500. Again, put that down as a fraction. And if we start with our first fraction, we can simplify by taking a 0 off top and bottom. And then either you can simplify further by taking a 0 off here and a 0 off here. That'll be using diagonal simplification. But if not, it's easy enough to do that later on. So 3 times 1500. Hopefully you'll be able to do that in your head. Just do 3 times 15. It's 45. And then add on your 2 zeros. 4,500 divided by 10 times 1 is 10. Again, I can just take off a 0 top and bottom. And that leaves me with an answer of 450 mils, not percentages, because you were asked to work out what 30% is equal to. So 450 mils is your answer, and that's equal to 30%.